Croeso. Welcome to another Welsh lesson. This is Benjamin, and today we're talking about the word for family in Welsh. It works very differently to most other European languages, so let's jump into what I mean by that now. Family in most Western European languages is more familiar. It's not so the case in Celtic languages. And compare this to Scots Gaelic, Tailach, or Irish. There's different pronunciations, but it's basically the same in Irish and Scots Gaelic. And in Cornish, Taili, or Tailu, it's basically the same thing. So where does this come from, and where does the English one come from, frankly? The English word family comes from familia in Latin. This probably comes from famulus, slave or household slave, and this comes probably through Auscon, an old Italian language, meaning of the household. But we in Welsh do something completely different. Teulu comes from, well, it has two elements. T means house, and lli means a host, a force, a war band, a retinue. Literally, house force, war band of the house. And what this comes from is the old ruler would have a lli, a retinue, a host around him. And everyone was in the same house in those days. So the family became the wider war band and came to include everyone. And it's remarkable, I think, that this is also found in Irish and Scots Gaelic and Cornish. Breton has a cognate, but they do tend to use the French influenced word for family. In Welsh, this is masculine, a teulu. So if it was feminine, it would be a deulu. It doesn't change. It's masculine, and the reason why it's masculine is T is masculine. The first part of that compound word, if it's masculine, the compound becomes masculine. So, estir ti, did you go to the house? The plural for this is tai. My tai ar y bryn. There are houses on the hill. My tai ar y bryn. There are houses on the hill. But this word is unique as well because it links to the ends of nouns to form place names or places. Abbati means a monastery, the place of the abbot. Literally. Popti, it means a furnace as well, but it means also a bakery, house of baking. Pobi, to bake, compresses, popti, bakehouse. Buiti, restaurant. Buid, food with tea, and there's that compression again, it hardens. It's almost like a hard mutation, but we don't call it that. It just squeezes out a consonant. Buiti. And these are masculine. Again, a hospital. Ospiti. And some of you may speak Welsh already. You're wondering, well, what does that come from? Because that's not the first part of that is not a word that most people would know in Welsh. The word for guest today would be gwest, gwesti, a hotel. But That's not the native Welsh word for guest. It's quite old by this time, but the native Welsh word for a guest into your house is osp. Plural, usp. Compare this to Croatian. The word for a person in Croatian is osoba. Sounds quite Japanese, but osoba. That's a person in Croatian. Indo-European cognate. So this word in Welsh is very old. And it's been kept in ysbyty, a hospital. Now, we do have the ending fa that attaches to a lot of places. It sounds like va. Swyddfa. An office. Swydd is a job. Va place. Job place. Mynedfa. Myned. Uncompressed of mynd. To go. Mynedfa. Entrance. Hofranyddfa. Hofranydd is helicopter. Helicopter place would be a helipad. Hofranyddfa. I like that word. But this T it's used in a lot of place names because in the Welsh landscape there weren't that many buildings and there were a lot of sparsely populated hamlets and outlets and occasionally just a house. Tŷ Coch, a red house. Hendy Gwyn, that's a place name. Hendy Gwyn. And that hen, old coming before it, changes it. Old White House. The other part of tail is lle. And this attaches to the end of words too, but it doesn't denote a place. It denotes a force, a retinue, a band of people. Heddlu, heddlu, the police, the peace force. It's a bit different in concept in Welsh, isn't it? It's not to police you, it's to enforce peace directly from that word. Gwarchodlu, protecting force. This is a garrison, a retinue. A gwarchodlu Cymraeg, the Welsh Guards. That's a key part of Welsh history. A wirli, Air Force. And you'll notice that the lle changes to just one L. That happens more than often with words beginning with when they attach to words. But you do have to learn them as you go. A lluoedd, the multitudes. Mae'r heddlu yn gwarchod y lluoedd. The police protect the multitudes. A lle, the many. You could say that, you'll hear that every now and then. A lle, the many. But just remember, it means host. That's its original meaning. And attaching to T becomes teulu. There's an affectation of the vowel. I hope that's just a brief illumination, because I think the word for teulu in Welsh is mae'n hardd. It's beautiful, and we should appreciate more of how unique the construction of Welsh is compared to English or French, and how we can convey meanings of things like even the family from a different cultural root, which gives us a different lens onto the history of how our social norms formed. That's just part of these bite-sized Welsh lessons that I'm producing at the moment. If you've got an idea, what would you like to learn in a short Welsh lesson? Let me know down in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. And if you'd like to support this channel on Patreon, please do, and thank you each and every one of you who do contribute in any way you do. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.